Hello everyone, this is Adi. Do like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. I will be posting a lot of videos to help young professionals grow in the corporate and also help to understand various fundamentals of how the corporate work both with respect to technical skill set as well as soft skills. This particular video podcast we will be focusing on how an EPC project structure is and what are the components of EPC. EPC, as you all know, stands for engineering, procurement and construction. There are three aspects to it. So an EPC project starts right from the inception stage of design until you commission that particular product. So it's a product plus services entailed in the whole gambit. Typically, infrastructure projects are EPC projects because they are having the scope right from design until you commission the particular product, and the contract values is massive. It can range from 50 crore to 1000 crore, but sometimes metro projects they even go for 2000 crores. You do have smaller projects, but typically the size of projects is very huge when you compare to other similar industries where project size might be a little lesser. Here is where I feel having a PMP certification will help, because it will help you demystify different components of a project. And in EPC, there is the other aspect where you may get amendments, in the sense when you are doing the project, suddenly there may be change in the scope of work, which can be due to maybe environmental factors, maybe due to requirements changing for the customer, or maybe inability for us to execute, so due to other constraints. So these are captured in the amendments, and what happens is your contract value changes. We typically call that as what is the amended value. How do we calculate that? So what we do is when we sense that there is change of scope, when there is a change of either quantity or rate from your price schedule, then it can be subjected to amendment. You submit the proposal to the customer. The customer accepts the proposal and gives back in the form of amendment, due to which your contract value will change. Line items can get added, it can get deleted, quantities can get added, it can get reduced, the rate can change due to the nature of work changing. The life cycle, if you see, at least in transmission and distribution projects within the EPC structure, are anywhere between 6 months to 2 years. So the time taken to execute is less compared to the quantum of work. So you will have to get your game up and running right from day one. Now within EPC, there are typically 2 or 3 components of how you generate the revenue, or 3 components of value within the EPC project. So if a particular company is having a manufacturing unit, they will be able to supply certain items. So we call that factory supply, and you have good control on the materials and the deliverables, because it's within your environment. So you will be able to place the order with the factory, and you get those materials, and then you supply them to customer. Either in you assemble that materials in the site, or it may come as a full product. So it depends on the nature of the product, and there are fewer constraints here, because it's right within the same company. The second aspect of it is called bought-outs. Bought-outs are basically vendor supply of materials. So let's say I am going to build a substation. I may be requiring a transformer from another company, from another vendor. So I will have to give a quotation, I will have to collect RFQs, and then I will have to see if it matches my technical specifications, and then I buy those materials from the vendor. And it's less controllable, because there are a lot of aspects to it, like you may need to submit a set of electrical drawings, or you may also be required to sometimes give some specifications. So you may need inspectors to go inspect the particular material before it is dispatched from the factory, and so hence there are a lot of constraints. The third aspect to an EPC project is nothing but the construction. This is the civil work happening typically in the sites, and we generally outsource this to subcontractors. So we employ smaller subcontractors, and we have them employ laborers and execute civil work in the site. And here we need to maintain good relationship with the subcontractors, because they may be ranging from anywhere between 5 to even 30 different types of subcontractors may come, and this is controllable in the sense that your site activity is well planned in advance, and this actually has direct impact on your supply and bought out, because sometimes the installation of the supply and bought out depends on the progress of construction. So for example, if you take a substation project, before you erect a transformer, you need to finish the foundation of the transformer. It's just like if you're going to build your house, you need to first put the foundation before you go to first and second floor. So that way these three are interlinked. Sometimes in EPC you may only have bought outs and construction portion of it, but these are broadly the three different types of components within a EPC project. If you ask the percentage, it ranges sometimes your construction may be around 20%, your supply and bought outs may be 40% each, or it can even be 20 60 20. Bought outs typically constitute more in terms of revenue, because the end product is what matters. So the construction portion of it would be the civil portion, which would have everything necessary for the bought out items to get installed at the site. So this is how EPC project looks like. It's one of the complicated project life cycles, I can say that. So hence doing some certification like a PMP will help you bring some sort of framework, and we will be seeing different aspects of EPC projects in further other videos. Thank you for watching and listening to my podcast.